Hi, it's Tony Marino, host of the super popular Newsmax Daily Podcast, a rundown of the day's top headlines and top highlights of Newsmax shows and interviews you may have missed, plus some sports, stock markets, and even some yucks, all packed into about 20 minutes. Search for the Newsmax Daily with me, Tony Marino, on your favorite podcast platform, and check out our entire lineup of great podcasts, including Greg Kelly, Rob Carson, and Jerry Callahan at newsmax.com/listen.
About to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. Woo! On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
And by the grace of God, it is finally Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start off with a little jazz number from the great and brilliant Jim.
Maduro's paying the price. He'll be convicted, no doubt. We just taught him a lesson. F around and you'll find out. Drug boats learn the hard way. We've got a whole lot of clout. Didn't know what hit them. They effed around and they found out.
Boom.
Tehran's been warned. Nuke program must cease. And if it's not,
man, this is nice.
We'll tear it down piece by piece. If we hit Iran, we will win in a rout. They should begin complying, or F around and they'll find out. Oh, baby, come on. F around and you'll find out.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Oh, my goodness. If you want to help out Jim Gossett, go to patreon.com, Jim Gossett Comedy. Hey, patreon.com, Jim Gossett Comedy. Give him $10 a month, whatever. Welcome. How you doing? Oh, my gosh. What a show. What a show I have planned for you today. I mean, I've been in here. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning putting together stuff, artfully crafting like Michelangelo did the Statue of David. This program today, my God, I couldn't put more prep into it, so let's get right to it with the dumbest soundbite of the day.
I've not used inflammatory terms of what happened. Well, I said this yesterday. We've never been at war with our federal government.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. You know, as far as the stupid people in politics, boy, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. Jasmine Crockett, obviously, AOC, second place, knocked out of first by Jasmine Crockett. Boy, I'm going to have to say Tim Walz is dumber than Kamala Harris. So Tim Walz is third. Tim Walz is third, and Kamala Harris is number 4. The dumbest people in politics. There they are right there. Because I'm going to tell you, my God, how ungodly stupid are these people, these people, these Democrat politicians. A lot of things happening, obviously, in Minneapolis. The next thing was the death of a woman who was radicalized, who was made to believe in absurdity and committed an atrocity, lost her life, and her children lost their mother because she was brought by the siren song of insanity of the left. She was brainwashed by the left, and she became a willing cannon fodder for the leftist movement. And this was just what Tim Walz and Keith Ellison were praying for to whatever God they pray to, presumably Satan. And it isn't going to go anywhere. This is the next thing, because remember on Monday it was Free Maduro. They were doing protests around the world about freeing Maduro. And where is that now? Where is it now? And then last week there were protests that Pete Hegseth was a war criminal. Pete Hegseth was a war criminal. And Donald Trump, honestly, this is the next thing. They're trying to do these barricades. They're going to do a Chaz zone or whatever the hell in Minneapolis around where this woman died, this Renee Nicole Good, who was bat guano crazy and really, honestly, really did a gigantic disservice to her children. Any mother in good standing would not do such things knowing that you had children depending on you for the rest of your life. But you know what? They don't anymore, do they? They don't anymore. And it is a damned shame that she did this, and she unfortunately did the wrong things and got killed justifiably by an agent of ICE who had been dragged by another vehicle 300 feet last year and ended up with 30-plus stitches, I believe, in his arm, almost took his arm off. And she turned into him, put the pedal to the metal on the gas, and the bullet went through the windshield, in case you wanted to know. The bullet went through the windshield, which generally is a good sign that you are shooting someone in front of your vehicle, or I should say, shooting at a vehicle that is running into you. Here's John Solomon.
There is a singular piece of evidence that's going to be essential to this review, and all the folks that I talked to in the last 24 hours who've investigated officer-involved shootings for decades of experience say that the most important piece of evidence is the bullet hole from the first shot fired by the ICE officer is directly in the front windshield. Why does that mean? What does that mean? Why is that significant? It means the officer had to be in front of the car as it was peeling away, and he was in danger. And I think that when those three elements are reviewed, all of the politics are stripped away. You have a person that was driving at an ICE agent after being lawfully instructed to stop and get out of the car. That's going to make this, according to all the experts I talked to, a legitimate
open and shut case. And again, the Democrat Party will pursue this and attempt to inflame the population. They're trying to reignite, make a white liberal woman into George Floyd. It's not going to work because this movement is spiraling, doing a death spiral into hell. And the people of Minnesota are done with this nonsense. The good people of Minnesota, the smart people of Minnesota, I think there are a few of them, they're done with this bull crap. They saw what Tim Walz presided over in Minneapolis, his wife, Miss Braun or whatever her name is. She talked about how lovely it was to smell the burning tires in the air as hundreds of businesses were driven out of business. One man baked alive in the basement of his liquor store. And then, of course, all the corruption, the gigantic amount of corruption. John Solomon's got news on the billions of dollars that went through Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport from Somali scumbags from the meth lab trailer park of the world, Somalia, bringing suitcases of cash daily, hundreds of millions of dollars out of Minneapolis. It was a giant ATM for terrorists. Honestly, there has to be hell to pay. Tim Walz is going to have to go to jail. I swear to God. Here is Tom Homan. Tom Homan talked to Dr. Phil, of all people, about the shooting being justified.
Do you believe this was a self-defense situation?
Yes, absolutely.
And why do you say that?
Look, I looked at numerous videos, and look, I'm a trained law enforcement officer. I carried a badge and gun start in 1984. I was a border patrol agent. I was an ICE agent for decades. I know their training. I know what the law requires. I truly believe that this officer had a split-second decision. He obviously thought his life was in danger, which authorized him to use lethal force.
Yeah, it's going to fizzle out. CBS actually said the ICE member is a member of the ICE ERO Special Response Team, specially trained tactical unit within ICE enforcement and removal. Remember the idiots yesterday said he was unqualified and all that? SRT provides high-risk operational support for immigration enforcement actions, including executing arrests and search warrants, responding to barricaded subjects, transporting dangerous detainees, and assisting with riot control and disturbances at detention facilities. If you F around with armed professionals and you get in their way and you threaten them, you're going to die. Let this be a warning. A couple of idiots up in Portland, Tren de Aragua members, who shouldn't have been in the country illegally, but Joe Biden allowed them to come in because, you see, the Maduro, he opened his prisons and insane asylums to prisoners, and he let them out and to come into America. And these SOBs have run roughshod and raped and murdered their way across our country because of the awful Joe Biden, the awful, wretched, evil, corrupt Joe Biden. These two idiots apparently tried to run over an ICE agent, and the ICE agent shot the SOBs. Passenger of the vehicle and target is a Venezuelan illegal alien affiliated with the Tren de Aragua prostitution ring and involved in recent shootings in Portland. The vehicle driver believed to be a member of the Tren de Aragua gang, and he apparently called the police. So there you go. So when he's out of the hospital, his butt's going to be removed from the country. Now, Renee Nicole Good, a 37-year-old woman fatally shot justifiably by an ICE agent, had trained to do ICE watches and to disrupt the agency's operations. This is according to the Gateway Pundit, which is a reliable news source that tells the truth. I know. I was on with Joe Hoft on WGMD a little while ago, and I said, much respect. Deeply embedded in ICE Watch, a loose alliance of radicalized anti-ICE advocates dedicated to monitoring, documenting, and actively resisting the agency. They trace, track, and follow agents, film them, and often dox their vehicles and identifying information. The New York Post, Good, who moved to the city last year, linked up with anti-ICE activists through her 6-year-old son's woke charter school, which boasts that it puts social justice first and involves kids in political and social activism. This school should be shut down. She was a warrior. She died doing what was right, according to a mother who was another bat guano crazy leftist cat lady, Lisa, spelled with 2 E's and an S, for God's sake. To listen to commands, to know your rights, to whistle when you see an ICE agent. She was trained against these ICE agents, what to do. It was very thorough training. Well, she was trained in suicide, I guess, is what she was. Good and her wife, Rebecca, she was married 3 times. She was married to 2 men. Were raising the child together. A 6-year-old sent the boy to the Southside Family Charter School, a K-5 academy that opened in 1972. Has been unabashedly dedicated to social justice education. It was through her involvement in the school community that Good became an ICE watch. He said current events like the killing of George Floyd were regular parts of the curriculum, and that last month students took a field trip to learn about Aboriginal issues. Good and her wife had been briefly moved to Canada because they were so, butthurt about Donald Trump being the president. Yeah. The wife of Miss Good said, I made her come down here. It's my fault. They shot my wife. Yeah, it's your fault. Live with that the rest of your life, you lousy Marxist. The Star Tribune, which is a piece of crap. I would not line a birdcage with it. Good had previously been married to Tim Roy Mackin, who died in 2023 at the age of 36. Mackin's father, Timmy Ray Mackin, sounds like a hell of a nice guy, was shocked to hear the news that she had been shot and killed. He said that Good and his son had a child who was 6 years old. There's nobody else in his life. I'll drive, I'll fly to come and get my grandchild. Well, you should rescue him from the psycho wife of your ex-daughter-in-law. I swear to God. Coming up, we're going to talk about the mania. Yesterday, and I've been talking about this forever, of those who are made to believe atrocities or absurdities will commit atrocities. Gutfeld finally latched onto that last night, and then some examples of it coming from Minneapolis as well. 800-922-6680 is the number if you want to chime in, and this is a Friday edition of The Rob Carson Show.
Yes, they have no Maduro. They have no Maduro today. They bombed him and grabbed him. The CIA nabbed him. In handcuffs he was hauled away. Maduro has been indicted, and Venezuelans are excited because they have no Maduro. And they thank the U.S. of A. Nicholas has been captured. His freedom's been taken away. Maduro is so vile, his wife will stand trial. We are gonna make them pay. Yes, they have no Maduro. They have no Maduro today. She isn't running, and we're so grateful. That woman was oh so hateful. She's a national disgrace. That's Nancy with a Botox face.
Her star was rapidly fading. She's as corrupt as can be. She made millions from insider trading. Where is the SEC? Nancy Pelosi was a lousy speaker. She tried to make our country weaker. I'm glad they will replace Miss Nancy with a Botox face.
There we go.
The Rob Carson Show podcast is everywhere. Go to newsmax.com/listen for details.
I think it's really irresponsible for you guys to go out there and imply or tell the American people that a guy who defended himself from being rammed by an automobile is guilty of murder. Be a little bit more careful. We're going to talk about toning down the temperature, which I know the president wants to do, and I certainly want to do. One of the ways we tone down the temperature is to have a media that tells the truth. I encourage you all to do that. God bless you.
Yeah, they're not going to. And you know, this is going to be their biggest face plant. This isn't going to go anywhere. This story of this woman, this insane person who honestly just betrayed her children, became a radical, just insane individual. Renee Nicole Good left 3 children behind because she decided that she needed to get involved, with the big boys, to get in the line of fire intentionally. Honestly, wow. What a stupid thing to do. You can't say that. Oh my God. Yeah, I can. She left 3 children behind because she decided to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Ridiculous. And all the idiots who follow this anti-ICE nonsense, this Marxist nonsense, it's been going on for years. The same people are funding it across the country, and it's about damn time that the DOJ stopped it. The White House just dropped names. Over $100 million was funneled to Antifa protests, political violence across America. Taxpayers funded the chaos. Uncovered massive NGOs, George Soros Open Society, Arabella Advisors Network, Tides Foundation, Neville Roy Singham, his global network, among others. They need to find these people, extradite them, even if they have to do it by force, like they did with Maduro. Bring them here, break up these organizations, and its followers need to be tried for insurrection. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to topple the country. It's not going anywhere. And it's going to take homeboys, Hebrews, and hillbillies to confront these jackasses and end this nonsense and support our law enforcement. That's it. Because they're a bunch of soy boys and insane Karens, and they're easily defeated. They are easily defeated. Yesterday, gold was at $44.60 an ounce. I said you might want to get on it because it's giving you a pause to invest in gold with Birch Gold. Guess where it is today? $4,500. It went up $40. It went $40 in one day. Silver was $75.89 yesterday. You know where it is today? 5 cents shy of $80 again. Uncertainty. Central banks buying gold. Dollar not valuable. Unbelievable. You need to buy gold. Okay? So what you need to do, if you're a first-time buyer, is text my name, Rob, to 989898 for Birch Gold. When you do that, you qualify up to $10,000 rebate on qualifying purchases. Whoop! Yeah. So there you go. Get it done. It ends at the end of this month, January the 30th. I'm telling you, I can't. Can I sound more, immediate about this? Gold was $44.60 yesterday. It's $4,500 today. $75.89 yesterday. $80 on silver. Oh my God! Qualifying purchases up to $10,000. First time home gold buyers only. All right. Text Rob to 989898 for information from Birch Gold, but do it right away, will you? Here is J.D. Vance. Man, he just delivered a master class yesterday. I said to you, the person he chose for vice president would have to go to Trump University for 4 years and graduate and then assume the helm of the university for another 8 years, and he's well on his way to that.
Well, being part of the network doesn't justify being shot, but ramming and...
Talking about the insane network this woman is involved in of Marxists trained to commit an actual insurrection. They are Confederates, and they need to be arrested.
ICE officer with your car, that's what justifies being shot. It's not a good thing, by the way, but when you force somebody to engage in self-defense, it's almost a preposterous question. I'm not saying that funding some of this stuff justifies capital punishment. Nobody would suggest that. Nope. The reason this woman is dead is because she tried to ram somebody with her car, and that guy acted in self-defense. Yeah. That is why she lost her life, and that is the tragedy. Now, there may be other violations of the law and other penalties that are associated with those violations of the law. For example, if you are funding violence against our law enforcement officers, I'm not a prosecutor. My guess is that's not the sort of thing that earns capital punishment, but it should sure as hell earn you a few years in prison if you're funding the effort to try to assault our law enforcement officers. What is, I'm sorry guys, what's going on here? You guys are meant to report the truth.
Yeah, this is why the media is dead. Here he is on the brainwashing of these insane liberal Karens. I've been talking about this for years, and here is J.D. Vance talking about just that. And here is J.D.
Very,
Vance.
very sad for this woman, not just because she lost her life, but because I think she is a victim of left-wing ideology. Yep. What young mother shows up and decides they're going to throw their car in front of ICE officers who are enforcing legitimate law? You've got to be a little brainwashed to get to that point to where you're willing not just to protest, that's fine, not peacefully protest, but throw your vehicle in front of legitimate law enforcement officers and drive your car into them. To get to that point, you have to be, I think, radicalized in a very, very sad way. I certainly wish that she hadn't got there. I know there's an ICE officer right now.
And by the way, and I made this comparison on my Substack today at Rob Carson Show. Substack, this is the same thing that the mullahs do with their followers. They brainwash them to teach them that the Jews must be killed, that paradise awaits you on the other side, and they gleefully watch them kill themselves. This is what the left is doing. These are cannon fodder. She was cannon fodder for the left. They have no compunction about her death. They applaud it. They love the attention it gets. They don't care that she died. They love that she died. They love it. Tim Waltz loves it because it distracts from his corruption and the fact that he's going to be going to jail. And Keith Ellison as well. They love it. Guess what? It doesn't hold any water anymore. America is done with it. 2026 year of accountability. Tony Kinnett, Daily Signal. Next. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, it's Carson for Relief Factor. You know, I saw an ad for Relief Factor a while back, and I saw a guy literally in tears with how he talked about the pain that he was experiencing was gone. It happened to me too. I started it taking a few months ago. My hip was really bothering me, and I wondered, because I'm the age of, replacement of joints and whatnot, if it could be better. And I started taking Relief Factor, and it healed. It's a 100% drug-free, research-based formula created to help your body's natural inflammatory response, the same one that causes everyday aches and pains from aging, exercise, overexertion, and just normal living. It helped me with my hip, my neck, my shoulders, all the places that remind you you're not 25 anymore. Relief Factor supports a healthy response to inflammation, helping you stay active and keep those joints and muscles feeling good. It's made with 4 key ingredients: omega-3 fatty acids, resveratrol, curcumin, and icariin, each one helping from a different angle. You can start with the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's less than a cup of coffee a day. So if you're tired of creaking like an old floorboard every time you move, give Relief Factor a try. Go to ReliefFactor.com. That's ReliefFactor.com and feel the difference. Relief Factor, because getting out of bed shouldn't count as a workout. My nightly ritual now is a little ice, a little vanilla yogurt, banana, a little milk, and a scoop of chocolate brownie Beams Dream Powder in the blender. A little while later, I hit the sack and I sleep until sunrise. It's amazing. These days, everything moves so fast, and it certainly can mess with your sleep schedule. That's why I'm here to tell you about Beams Dream Powder. It's a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients, including reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. I've been using Beams Dream Powder for a year now, and I can honestly say I feel sharper, calmer, and more focused, and I'm not alone. Beam has improved over 28 million nights of sleep for people across the country. So if you've been waiting for the right time to try Dream, this is it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax. Use code Newsmax and take advantage of my exclusive offer for 40% off. You can get their best-selling Dream Powder for just $39. So seriously, think about it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax today.
Like, part of it is being like a white woman that I'm privileged and I have a lot of privilege. So I feel like white tears are not always something that's helpful or necessary when black and brown people have been experiencing this for a long time. This isn't new for them, and so...
Wow. If you dated her, you'd end up with a bunny boiling on your stove, man. I'm going to tell you right now. That is a white woman in Minneapolis who is twisted with the idea that she doesn't know if she should mourn Renee Nicole Good because she was a white woman and privileged... Tony Kinnett of the Daily Signal also does a great show in the middle of the heartland of America in Indianapolis. First time on the show in the new year with me anyway. How you doing, brother?
I got to say, after covering this nonstop, off air, on air, just everything Minnesota. I have Minnesota fatigue, by the way. That state can be done for a little while. But I have seen more angry lesbians on TV than Pride Month 2020.
I would not want to go to the LPGA tour this year. You might get beaten up.
Or a Subaru dealership, I suppose.
Oh, do not go to a Subaru dealership. My God, it would get ugly out there.
I don't know what it is that these people expect. They've continued the same oppression Olympics. They can't even... quote-unquote, mourn their own, Nicole, Renee Nicole Good, whatever, having been abandoning her children at a political indoctrination facility that literally, has George Floyd units at the school.
I know.
And then going to this event to harass and obstruct justice. And then, then her wife, her life partner, her friendly, sharing individual, not the father of her children.
I think that might be possible, though. I think Democrats would say it could happen.
But some of the never-Trumper Republicans that are coming out and saying, well, actually, I think it's all very unclear. So really what we need to do... How about you stop it? How about you shut up?
Yeah.
How about, the David Frenches of the world? Why don't you go throw yourself in front of some grass and put the phone down a minute there, buddy?
I got to tell you, 2024, I said it was about returning from nonsense to common sense. And if they think this is going to play, and it is not, and I, normally I have sympathy for people. I don't have sympathy for this woman. I don't. She tried to kill a police officer. She got what was coming to her. Sorry. Sucks to be you. You made a really piss poor decision, and you abandoned your children. Your children are going to be raised without you, which is probably a blessing, actually, because here her ex-husband's father is coming to get the son anyway and rescue him from the Subaru driving wife. But I'm done. I'm done. They're doing a Chaz zone on the street. It's this neighborhood where people have homes. I hope some of those homeowners come out and set the damn thing on fire. Because honestly, the temper tantrum is over. The children need to be spanked.
Yeah, and again, I've said this before. We've both said this before. American people are done with this kind of nonsense, and the Democrats who really believed they were going to waltz into 2026 and hide the crazy long enough. I got news. Every time a crazy person tries to stop being crazy, it just pops out. The pressure cooker gets a little too hot. The steam's got to release. And in this case, what you're seeing is the same stuff they thought they could get away with. Yeah. Now you have the lesbians arguing over whether they're privileged enough to be a part of the thing. You got to rearrange the stripes on the pride flag. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting, and I'm hoping that Donald Trump and the DOJ use RICO statutes to go after the people who are funding this crap. Honestly, Tony, this has to be the year of accountability. Damn it. It has to be the year of accountability. It has to be the year of accountability for this. It has to be the year of accountability for all of this fraud. I'm grateful, though, Tony. Look at what's been uncovered just because of Nick Shirley's little video, and it's cascading across the country. Wow.
I mean, I'm rather impressed that after the fraud that was discovered in Washington State was brought before the mayor of Seattle, and the newscaster said, so are you actually looking into any of these reports of fraud? And she immediately and proudly said no.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, you have these individuals that are doubling and tripling down into this nonsense. I remember I said unfortunately to other hosts, our dear friend Mary Walter, because you weren't with us at the time.
Yes.
But Zoran Mamdani was going to bring this universal child care thing. And lo and behold, what happened yesterday? He announced his own big fraud scheme for New York City. It's incredible.
Yeah. Come here, Somalians. Come here, Somalians. It's just remarkable how cavalier they are with your money. They act like they're champions, and all they're doing is taking and giving to, people who, I'm all about helping people if you can. I'm also about family planning. Because you see, when you have children, you might want to be financially secure enough to raise the children and recognize that there are expenses associated with having children.
But if you need somewhere to put those children, I know a couple of buildings that have some space.
Oh, seriously, man. And they don't have any other kids there. And you might even get paid. You might even get paid to put your kids there in Minneapolis.
I do have a cheap Amazon cardboard box I've thought about renting out to maybe 30 or 40 imaginary children.
Oh, hell
we'll
yeah.
See.
Dude.
I'll let you know. A big year for financial excitement for sure. But, I mean, hey, we're used to this at this point.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that Democrats are starting to learn.
Yeah.
Is they had it made in 2020 with the George Floyd narrative. Now no one believes them anymore.
No.
Believes them.
Well, look at this. Look at what's happened this year, okay? A lather, rinse, repeat. You start off the year with Elon Musk is a Nazi, burn the car dealerships. Okay, is he still a Nazi? Did he have a conversion? Did he come out and say, I'm no longer a Nazi, I was wrong being a Nazi? And then they moved on to No Kings. Then they moved on to Pete Hegg said this is a war criminal. Then they moved on to Free Maduro. Literally on Monday, it was Free Maduro. Donald Trump was a war criminal. And now it's this woman in Minneapolis and ICE are murderers. It's stupid.
And now all the left is using this as the launching point, the springboard, if you will, to say that ICE needs to be as the Lieutenant Governor Ojibwe, fake Native American name woman. The Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota said ICE needs to be disbanded.
Well,
you have Tim Walz threatening actually threatening to put the National Guard against federal law enforcement.
Yeah, I would love to see him try that because, his National Guard would never do that. They would not follow that weak-kneed Elmer Fudd impersonator into battle. They would not. The Minnesota National Guard would not do so. I do not believe that. And it would be the biggest mistake. And this guy, Krasner in Philadelphia is saying I will arrest them and I will put them in jail. And you got a lot of this. And I told you this, Tony, I said, it's a de facto civil war with paid soldiers for hire. It is. And they're going to push it too far, and they're actually going to get a warlike response. And I don't think it's going to be violence. I think it's going to be with law enforcement. But I say bring it.
I think that what you're definitely reaching is a number of individuals. We saw this on the far right who are way too online and are like, oh, everyone hates Israel just like I do. Yeah. Oh, everyone, as Tucker would say.
Yes.
They would go nuts. And then they found out that, no, reality's not like that. You're 3% of the party. Yeah. The left is currently experiencing this as well. They're like, oh, well, we'll just order all of these people arrested. Yeah. And they're about to get hit with a cold slap of reality. America's not like their little vision on blue sky.
This is 80-20. This has become an 80-20 issue. 80-20 is great for meatloaf and hamburgers, not so good for the country. So we're going to continue the conversation on the other side. Tony Kinnett. And Tony, by the way, I get a lot of requests for your Donald Trump impression. So have that.
I'll try to find it during the break.
Have it ready. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show.
WCBM.
Well, it wasn't a hard decision. Democrats wanted him and Republicans wanted him, and nobody had what it takes to get him or didn't want to get him. I don't know, something happened, but he killed a lot of people. He sent a lot of bad people into our country. He emptied his prisons into the United States. He emptied his mental institutions and insane asylums into the United States and did a lot of very bad things, but he was a big drug pusher. You see.
And by the way, one of the most historic events in the Western Hemisphere this century and last century, arresting Maduro, removing him from power, political prisons being emptied. The only prisoners that Maduro didn't release into the United States were political prisoners. The Senate voted to block Trump from future military strikes on Venezuela. I understand he can veto this. What D words for Richard we have in Congress? We have Republicans who voted to fund Obamacare, the most corrupt health care system the world has ever seen, for another 3 years, and this. Mr. President, what do you think about these rhinos in Congress?
I tell you, Rob. Some people say they don't know what the hell they're doing, and in the White House, you look at people you've never even seen before that are running our foreign policy straight into the ground.
There you go, Tony Kinnett. He did it, ladies and gentlemen. You gave us a little sample in the last year, and immediately I got, it's like on the chat line, man, he can do Donald Trump. You also did Tucker's laugh.
That's true. The one that on our show that gets most of the Sanders, he talks about the AOC with the big Latina booty, and he gets out there and he says that socialism, you too can have a Latina booty. I'm excited, get my pudding.
Oh, I love it. So, I really don't like Rand Paul anymore. He's as crazy as his dad. I mean, honestly. Just done with it.
Again, libertarians suck. I'm sorry. Children who argue about the age of consent probably shouldn't be elected to Congress. I'm sorry. Thomas Massey's a clown. It's a shame.
Oh, my God.
And look, these war powers resolution fools, Todd Young did the same thing. I actually spoke to someone in his office, and they don't even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Not joking. I took someone in his office and said, yeah, I think it was a stupid move. So when you have your own staffers in your own office, who are essentially know that you are retarded on this, because again, Americans hugely in favor of the Venezuela strike.
Oh my God!
The entire Western Hemisphere, safer China and Russia are mad. Putin is having a rough time. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
All the right people are upset. Why would you help that crew who's upset out?
You've got hundreds of millions of Hispanics around the friggin' world celebrating the freedom, teary-eyed, celebrating this glorious event. I mean, this was the fall of the Berlin Wall for the Venezuelans. This was incredible. And I said yesterday that this crop of Democrats would lament Hitler's suicide and blame FDR for it.
I could cure the worst disease that you've ever seen, and they still wouldn't clap.
Hey,
Thomas Massey, probably middle name Maduro.
What has cancer ever done to you? Huh? What has cancer ever done to you, Tony? If Donald Trump's cured cancer, that's what they'd say. Honestly, this is going to be an amazing year, Tony. This is going to be the greatest.
I'm optimistic,
dude.
And not just because IU's going to beat Oregon tonight. Thank God and bless Coach Kurt Signetti.
Well, dude, I mean, honestly, Indiana finally has something other than the tenderloin sandwich to really be proud of, and you.
Nice save.
No, I think it's impressive. Honestly, I'm happy for Indiana. That's pretty amazing because Indiana's always been known for basketball, and Bobby Knight, of course. But football, holy hell, who would have thought? And a hell of a great quarterback, by the way. Really good guy.
It's a wild place. So I actually was very close friends with the previous coach. We grew up together, and so I was supposed to be cross when he was replaced with Kurt Signetti. But that man governs his team like I want this country governed.
Yeah.
Never happy, never satisfied, always expecting excellence. It's like we've allowed real men to be in society again.
I love
it's incredible.
It, bro. I really do. And back to 2026, Cuba's going to be free. I've said this. I said that a wave of freedom, patriotism, and now faced with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, is sweeping the world. The only bastions where Marxism is still, exists and is in power is Seattle and New York City. And not in Minneapolis. It's not in control in Minneapolis because I think people are done with it. They're pissed about this fraud, and again, I think this nonsense in Minneapolis will be short-lived.
2026 is going to be the year of the scoreboard. Yeah, what works, what's substantive, what matters. The whining falls away because people want results. And when the economy does what I expect to be done after the Supreme Court rules, and well, when it moves into the grocery store sector of things, when we get into that position, there's really not going to be anything that is effective for getting a Democrat voter out, unless, you're dead and in Chicago, and then, they've got you marked up automatically.
Well, the Democrat Party, for you to say that Democrats are going to sweep the midterms is you're a high. Weed must be legal in your state. The Democrat Party has learned nothing for 2024. They have an 18% approval rating, just below toe fungus. The GDP estimate for the fourth quarter growth last year, 5.4%. It's going to be in the sixes. Minimum. Jerome Powell is leaving the Fed in June. Donald Trump has ordered Fannie and Freddie to free up $200 million. Home prices are going to come down. Grocery prices are down. I filled up when I drove across the country. $2.12. It's $1.91 in Kansas City.
Again, we are seeing some excellent things come to place. Yep. So what I really need now is I need some of these cemented results to make their way to Congress, because Trump's not on the ballot.
Yep.
Congress is on the ballot.
Yep.
So make your local turd that you elected, polish it up a little bit. Get out the Febreze and spray it once or twice.
Gonna need some major Febreze. Tony Kinnett, we got to go, man. It's always great to have you on. It's so good to have you on, and I think we're going to witness history in an amazing way this year. Glad you're here. Where can people check out all your glorious, stuff?
Daily Signals, YouTube, or Rumble, and then at The Tonus, TheTonus on X.
God bless you, brother. We'll talk soon. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. Hello, everyone. You guys asked for his impression of Trump, and I wanted him to do it today. So there you go. Jamie Lewis, hello. We just watched the press conference with the retarded mayor in Minnesota. They are seriously begging for rioting. Yeah. You guys need national voter ID. Yeah, 100%. Hey, all you Carsonites. Janine says hi. She's moving into a new house. Hi, Janine. Good luck with the move. It sucks. I hated it. I literally just let my wife keep stuff because I didn't want to move it. I'm like, screw it. You can do it. You can move it. It's all yours. It's all yours. It's on you. You got to pay for the movers. Jellyfish Hunter, hello, and Lindsay Marsden, good to see you on the YouTubeage today. No, that's Facebook. Sorry. Facebook. Wow, 52 new comments on Facebook right now. Lizzie Trabas, hello, Lizzie. I love my President Donald J. Trump. Me too. Robert Lawson, hello, good to see you. Good to see you on there. Let's go over to YouTubeage. Deplorable Dinosaur is over there leading the 1965 War Eagle. Says, good afternoon, Rob. Hello. America Marcy, I love you all, and Rob is hot like a potato. Well, look at you, Missy. My goal is I got to drop about 25 or 30. Because I want to be cut. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, here we go. I got to talk again. I'm going to be cut. Last night I made a pumpkin cheesecake. For some reason, I had a tub of cream cheese in the fridge that I bought at Costco. Why? And I had a can of pumpkin in the cabinet. I made a cheesecake and brought it into work today. And I had one little bite. That's all I'm going to have. That's all I'm going to have. So there you go. Time for me to talk.
CBM and 99.9 FM in Harford County.
Got 320 here.
Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement.
Yeah.
If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation.
Now, that is Chicago PD Superintendent Larry Snelling, voice of common sense and reason in law enforcement. And it is time for law enforcement and our soldiers to band together against this insane woke nonsense in police departments and gut these police departments of these liberal Karens and other morons who've been in charge, like they did in Washington, D.C. They had that idiot Karen who was lying about all the crime statistics and all of that. Well, she's gone. Oh, I gotta learn how to take it. She's gone. Yeah, she's gone. So there you go. It's going to have to happen that way. Here's Nicole Parker. She's, wow, one heck of an FBI agent, I'll tell you that. Talking about the situation in Minneapolis.
This is a federal investigation. Federal ICE agents were executing federal...
Yeah, because Tim Volz wants to be a part of the investigation, and she C-blocked that in a hurry.
...warrants. Therefore, it is federal jurisdiction. And that would be the FBI. They would maintain primary jurisdiction, which would also mean that the FBI maintains the evidence in the case.
Yeah.
The FBI is always welcome to invite whoever they would like to help them with an investigation, but they are not required to ask anyone for help. And frankly, if the FBI does not need the assistance of the locals, then that you likely will not see that. And that's what you're seeing in this instance right now. These violent crime task force that are set up, for instance, at the FBI, let's say FBI Minneapolis, I assume that it would be the violent crime squad investigating it. We have task force with locals on our task force.
But we're not going to team with locals in Minnesota because there are a lot of idiots there, like, of course, the governor, which is Tim Volz. Here is J.D. Vance on Tim Volz.
Can you comment on his rhetoric and Mayor Jacob Frey and whether they want to see unrest in Minneapolis?
Well, that's very tough rhetoric from a guy who just quit because his fraudulent activities have been uncovered.
Yeah.
Look, Tim Walz is a joke. His entire administration has been a joke. The idea that he's some sort of freedom fighter, he's not. He's a guy who has enabled fraud and maybe, in fact, has participated in fraud. That's what this new Assistant Attorney General position is going to find out. I don't care what Tim Walz says. I care about getting to the bottom of this fraud for the American people, and I care about enforcing the nation's immigration laws. That's what we're going to stay focused on.
There you go. There you go. And I've got a lot of news on the fraud in Minneapolis. John Solomon has uncovered. You will not believe what has been going on at Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. Every day, 3 or 4 suitcases filled with $1 million apiece going back to Somalia. Screw Somalia. Send everybody home. There you go. Let's take a break and come back. Hour number 2 of the Rob Carson Show is right ahead. I wouldn't go anywhere.
No blind rhetoric.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think. Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax. Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think. They let me decide.
Real news for real people.
about to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
And by the grace of God, it is finally Friday, the first Friday for me back on the air in the new year, 2026, which will be the greatest year in our history. The Democrat Party, they think they're going to win both houses of Congress. They have no ideas. They have nothing but being anti-Trump, to the point that they even thought that getting rid of a dictator in Venezuela was bad. I mean, honestly, of all the damn things, why would you whiz on that parade? Of all of the things you could whiz on, Democrats, my God, you people are so out of your nut. Out of your nut. So what we're going to do, we're going to overwhelm them with joy and patriotism and make it the greatest year in American history. I got a lot of stuff I want to get to. I mentioned this last hour, Greg Gutfeld. I just think Greg is great. I know he works for the competition, but he is a really wise man, brilliant writer, and he distills thoughts beautifully. And I admire him greatly. Here's what he had to say about the insanity of the Democrat Party. And as I mentioned this, if you those who believe atrocities, absurdities will commit atrocities. That is a mantra that is, Voltaire, I believe, said that. And this is the mania of the left. They are made to believe absurdities, and they commit atrocities like changing the sex of children. I mean, it just, if you still believe that, you're freaking insane. You are insane. If you believe that, you're nuts. And I'm not screwing around. This is not a joke like you're crazy. You're freaking nuts. And if you can do that, you will do anything. If you believe that, you will believe anything. Like Trump supporters are MAGA fascists and enemies of democracy, or Trump is Hitler. You're sick in the friggin' mind. And history is not going to be kind to you, and neither is this administration and me.
Why would a mother of a young child, a widow, consistently participate in aggressive confrontations with law enforcement? Why did she feel emboldened to break the law in an endless theater of chaos, swept up in the latest demonization narrative that eggs on illegal and stupid behavior? Don't blame ICE. She wasn't the target. They were. And it was believed by the people involved that it would be fine, that there would never be any consequences. It was all part of this mania, that we've talked about, that cuts across a whole bunch of issues, whether it's Trump, trans, BLM, Israel. The table is set with this manic hysteria where radicals believe that they gain leeway by branding the rest of us as an existential evil. You know what this made me think about? The Tide Pod Challenge. Do you remember that in 2017 when stupid teens were filming themselves eating Tide Pods and then they get poisoned? Do you know what Tide's response was? Use for washing, not eating.
There you go.
The point being, if you're going to eat Tide Pods, there's not much else we can do except tell you not to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. It is ridiculous. And if you don't believe me, listen to this montage of insane women. And women are, and I'm not saying all women, I'm just saying liberal women who Malcolm X warned black people about, said they were the biggest threat. Liberals in general, white liberals, but liberal women are bat guano crazy. 60% of them are legitimately mentally ill.
We're going to use fascist talking points. Be ready to be called a fascist.
You are the Fourth Reich, and we are the resistance. And one more time, when my trans family is under attack, I'm going to stand up, fight back. Get ready.
This blatantly ignores science.
I'm queer, I'm the mom of a trans kid, and I'm an elementary school teacher. I would like to point out that by eliminating a minor's preferred pronouns is racist and Christian.
Where are the men here? Oh, the men are soy boys, and they have no testicles. I told you this. Kamala voters are crazy, insane cat ladies and the emasculated men in their lives.
Centric. Using pronouns is proven to save lives.
Intersex infants often have cosmetic surgeries done to their bodies to conform them.
Oh my God! This is it. I mean, this is what Mengele did to children. He did. He would do these twins. He'd do things with twins, like change their sex and see what happens. And they usually, they always died. Anyway, this is a woman in Minneapolis who quit her job to protest.
I quit my job for this, and I've been having flare-ups and stuff, so it's like I can barely, and I have panic attack.
You said when you heard the sirens, you immediately ran out. Where were you?
I was about 15 minutes away.
And what were you doing?
I was disassociating on my bed. I mean, I might as well put time to something useful. If you see in the video, everything, it not self-defense by that terrorist. It was.
Yeah, whatever. Honestly, well, here's some more insane liberals in Minneapolis.
I think ICE's actions in this state are despicable, and we don't want them here. We don't want them taking our neighbors.
Oh, it's. What are we doing? What is our country?
I think we're all just kind of done with your crap. Are you ready for Jasmine Crockett, what she said yesterday? You better be ready for this because it's going to piss you off. This wretched, idiotic tool said this yesterday and compared this in Renee Good in Minneapolis to the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
It is so hard to hear sometimes.
She was trying to drum up some tears.
Because I didn't come to Congress to write laws.
She's doing. She thinks that she's by emoting that you're going to sympathize with her, but you see, it's fake.
Do things that are hurting people. Yeah. I'm just asking if there's any decency or heart or courage on that side of the aisle. The fact that a woman was killed, she was shot in her head, and y'all are pretending like nothing happened.
There she's going getting all girlfriend there.
I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Oh my God. Do you remember what our response was?
You guys loved it. You still post pictures online. Tens of thousands of liberals celebrated it, made fun of it, because you're evil.
Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay.
Oh my God.
Is it okay because you have a badge? Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law.
Wow. Democrats apparently are. I got to tell you, just so ungodly stupid. I'm so glad that she's not going to be in Congress anymore. Oh, here she is with inflaming violence.
I disagree with a lot of Republicans, but it does not necessarily turn violent. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard.
But I literally have never said anything to invoke violence. We are not only going to punch you back, but we are going to knock you out.
I just want to say that I have never promoted violence whatsoever.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your ass.
I'm just done with you. Done, 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 yeah. Here's CNN just a week ago saying that Ashley Babbitt deserved to die because she confronted law enforcement.
Are we saying Ashley Babbitt deserved to get shot? Is that the consensus?
If you are breaking in to a secure space, the United States Capitol,
And the Secret
that
Service
is
tells you to stop.
That is being
You think that woman
secured by
deserved to
Capitol
die?
Police,
You think that woman
and they
deserved to die?
tell you to stop, and you continue to do it. They have a right to use.
She didn't try to run an SUV into Officer Byrd. She just was crawling through an open window when she was killed.
Another law enforcement circumstance where someone's unarmed and they break into a building, they have the right. They're expected to die.
Okay, I'm done. Let's move on to something else. I'm done with Minneapolis. Screw Minneapolis. Screw the left in Minneapolis. This is going to be a fart in the wind. It'll be a fart in an F5 Category 5 hurricane. It will. This is going to go away pretty quickly. They'll try to burn Minneapolis. It's not going to happen this time. You can't light ashes. Yesterday, gold was $44.60, $4,460 an ounce. Today, it's $45.06. Almost $50 more. One day, 1 ounce of gold, $50. If you had 10 ounces of gold, you made $500 in one day. Silver was $75.89. Today, it's 5 cents shy of $80. Here we go. Uncertainty in the world. The massive debt, central banks buying up precious metals, including gold. You really ought to do this now. You've been hearing me talk about this forever. Don't wait any longer. Text my name, Rob, to 989898 for Birch Gold. When you roll over an existing IRA or 401k into gold, you are eligible for a rebate up to $10,000. Yeah. and you can just watch your money grow. Just watch your money grow, baby. First-time home buyers, it's by the end of the month. It's going to end at the end of the month on January 30th. So text my name, Rob, to 989898. Rob to 989898. If you would do that, they're going to send you information, no obligation or anything. But you can get the ball rolling finally as gold and silver continue their stratospheric run. Rob to 989898. Tim, I should say, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance announced a new position of government, and I'm actually for this government hire. They're starting a new Bureau of Investigations for fraud. The
instances of wrongdoing that we've seen in Minneapolis. But we also want to expand this. We know that the fraud isn't just happening in Minneapolis. It's also happening in states like Ohio. It's happening in states like California. And so what we're doing in order to help coordinate this remarkable interagency effort from the Trump administration, but also to make sure that we prosecute the bad guys and do it as swiftly and efficiently as possible, is we are creating a new Assistant Attorney General position who will have nationwide jurisdiction over the issue of fraud. Now, of course, that person's efforts will start and focus primarily in Minnesota, but it is going to be a nationwide effort because, unfortunately, the American people have been defrauded in a very nationwide way.
Yeah, and this fraud is ending around the country. On the other side of the break, John Solomon with some unbelievable numbers of cash, suitcases of cash, every day going through the Minneapolis airport. Nobody said a freaking thing about it. They did a report on, I think it was Fox 9 in Minneapolis in 2018. It's been going on, or 2019. It's been going on, and the cork is out of the bottle on this one. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. your app store.
Have a rejoin.
Donald Trump's election. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's the Rob Carson Show.
Oh, and the Prezzi's going to give it to the libs this year. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. John Solomon, who's amazing guy. We're going to get him on hopefully next week with his wonderful reporting. Just the News is his site. He's just a brilliant journalist. Here he is about what's going on at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. Listen to this, because all of this money is yours. All of this money belongs to you.
What are these cash transfers? There are Somali couriers who come to the airport almost daily with $1,600,000 in cash and a luggage. That sounds a little suspicious, right? It was going on daily, and they were moving about $350 million a year in cash in their luggage out of Minneapolis Airport, and then traditionally or predominantly overseas. One of the routes that the TSA saw the money go, it would go from Minneapolis to Europe to Dubai, often through Amsterdam. It was flagged for years. Wow. TSA was flagging these payments for years. They grew from...
Why in the hell do we even have the frickin' TSA?
$30 million a year to $350 million a year the last 2 years, 2024.
But they'll stop you with your toothpaste. My God, you can bring a couple Somalis, who look like Captain Phillips, pirate. They'll go through with their $1 million, but by God, you're not going to get through with your hair gel.
A foreign ATM taking cash out of the United States to foreign destinations, and we don't know the reason why. But that is now under investigation by the FBI.
Wholesale gut the Somali population across the country and send them back. In Minnesota, 50% of the Somali immigrants are fraudulently here. Every family that claimed their children had autism to get cash payments in fraud, bye-bye. Asta, you lose your citizenship, bye-bye. If you want to take your kids, great. Otherwise, the kids can stay here. Find somebody to take care of them. But you're done. You're done. You're done. Cut off all diplomatic ties with Somalia. Kick them the hell out. That's it. The few good Somalians, it's a much smaller proportion of people than you could possibly imagine in the United States of America. They can stay if they've been legal and they haven't done anything like this. Otherwise, all of them are gone. And any other nationality would do such things.
It was literally a foreign ATM taking cash out of the United States to foreign destinations, and we don't know the reason why. But that is now under investigation by the FBI and HSI. And people say, well, is this normal? I mean, maybe this goes on in every airport. We got comparative statistics yesterday.
Listen.
The amount of money that these Somali couriers took out of the Minneapolis airport with the TSA flagging it daily was 99 times larger than all the cash that was declared in luggage going out of New York's JFK.
One of the many reasons that Timmy is going to go to jail.
International airport, one of the busiest international airports in America. 99 times more than what flies out of Dallas. 90% more. 90% more than what was flown out of Seattle, which is the most common airport for...
Yeah, unbelievable. Joni Ernst was talking about Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar, of course, was she got the money for Feeding Our Future, and then she went from worth nothing to worth $30 million, her and her husband. And she's going to be removed from Congress, and then she's going to be denaturalized. It's not what you think, Democrats. It has nothing to do with your genitalia or your hair. It means that you no longer are a citizen, and you get your ass kicked out the country. I think that's what's got to happen. Here's Joni Ernst with what Ilhan Omar, she was caught trying to funnel $1 million to a substance abuse program.
What I uncovered the other day in one of our spending bills making its way through Congress was a $1 million earmark from Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, which was an earmark that was supposedly going to a substance abuse clinic, which actually happened to be housed in a restaurant and run by 3 individuals that share the same residential address, according to their IRS paperwork. Tons of red flags. So this is what we saw with the fraud involving the daycare centers. Now we see other earmarks coming directly from members of Congress, where it seems fraud is being perpetrated as well. So I raised the issue, and fortunately, the House has now stripped that earmark out of that spending bill.
Yeah, you had no idea how corrupt this government was. Worse than the Soviet Union ever dreamed of, man. Sick sons of bees. Scott Besson, he's pretty badass. He might be the next Fed chair. And by the way, I would recommend you. We're selling our house in Kansas City in June, probably. Wait until the Jerome Powell is removed as the Fed chair, because he is a tool. Donald Trump says that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac purchased $200 billion in mortgage bonds. It's going to drive mortgage rates and monthly payments down. So we're waiting on that. I'm going to sell the house high and get a low interest rate for somebody who wants to buy, so somebody can come in. But maybe we'll get her down to 5, maybe get it down to 4. We got in under 4. And now the positives are happening for people who haven't been able to afford homes because Joe Biden made them unaffordable. Here's Scott Besson.
This is an outrage. President Trump is outraged. I'm outraged. The whole administration is outraged. And we are here to follow the money because that's what Treasury does. We have done that for years. We did it with the mafia. We have done it with the cartels. And now we are going to...
The Democrat Party is the mafia.
Do it with these Somali fraudsters. And
you want to know how I know that? Listen to what Tim Walz and others did to people who are whistleblowers.
Ms. Rarick, you spoke about the retaliation that many have experienced in light of trying to expose the fraud and the corruption happening in Minnesota. Can you speak more to that and what people are experiencing when they try to sound the alarm on what's happening?
Listen.
Right. So that retaliation's been going on for quite some time. If you look at what Faye Bernstein said in a news report or Newsweek article back in 2019, it started for her, and she was heavily investigated. She was actually moved to a different state agency. She was, retaliated against in every kind of way you can think. What's happened now is retaliation has escalated, and now it's you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your home, we're going to track your children, we're going to make sure that you can't get a job anywhere else in state government. And for Minnesota, that means probably Minneapolis, St. Paul, Hennepin County, Ramsey County, Duluth, Rochester. You can't get a job.
People are going to have to go to jail. We're going to have to demand it. I mean, I'm done. Done. Get your asses in gear and start putting some people behind bars. Perp walks. Let's go, Pam Bondi. Get it done. This has to be the year. Let's take a break and come back. The lovely Mary Walter joins us next. Don't go anywhere. My nightly ritual now is a little ice, a little vanilla yogurt, banana, a little milk, and a scoop of chocolate brownie Beams Dream Powder in the blender. A little while later, I hit the sack and I sleep until sunrise. It's amazing. These days, everything moves so fast, and it certainly can mess with your sleep schedule. That's why I'm here to tell you about Beams Dream Powder. It's a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients including reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. I've been using Beams Dream Powder for a year now, and I can honestly say I feel sharper, calmer, and more focused, and I'm not alone. Beam has improved over 28 million nights of sleep for people across the country. So if you've been waiting for the right time to try Dream, this is it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax. Use code Newsmax and take advantage of my exclusive offer for 40% off. You can get their best-selling Dream Powder for just $39. So seriously, think about it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax today. Hey guys, it's Carson for Relief Factor. You know, I saw an ad for Relief Factor a while back, and I saw a guy literally in tears with how he talked about the pain that he was experiencing was gone. It happened to me too. I started it taking a few months ago. My hip was really bothering me, and I wondered, because I'm the age of, replacement of joints and whatnot, if it could be better. And I started taking Relief Factor, and it healed. It's a 100% drug-free, research-based formula created to help your body's natural inflammatory response, the same one that cause everyday aches and pains from aging, exercise, overexertion, and just normal living. It helped me with my hip, my neck, my shoulders, all the places that remind you you're not 25 anymore. Relief Factor supports a healthy response to inflammation, helping you stay active and keep those joints and muscles feeling good. It's made with 4 key ingredients: omega-3 fatty acids, resveratrol, curcumin, and icariin, each one helping from a different angle. You can start with the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's less than a cup of coffee a day. So if you're tired of creaking like an old floorboard every time you move, give Relief Factor a try. Go to ReliefFactor.com. That's ReliefFactor.com and feel the difference. Relief Factor, because getting out of bed shouldn't count as a workout.
Greenland is a land that should be our land. That's what I have planned. Plan for Greenland. It is strategic. It's rich in minerals. Greenland was made for you and me. I'd like to own it, but Denmark's wary. Might have to use the military. Security, it would provide it. Greenland was made for you and me. Once we own it, we could rename it. Could call it Trump land or even Don land. It's gonna happen. It will be ours soon. Greenland was made for you and me. Greenland was made for you and me.
3, 2, 1.
We had a little lamb. His fleece was white as snow, yeah. These are Latvians. They have been arrested in Texas for their alleged involvement in a $14 million gift card fraud scheme across several states. Christians, Petroviscus, Romans, Subrevics, and Normans, Ulevic, I can't say that.
Brian, our producer, sent me that this morning and said I should play it before I introduced Mary Walter.
Was that me?
That was you, baby.
Listen, just when I get good at pronouncing Hispanic names, the Somalis move in. I can't do it all.
I know. And you had one at the beginning, like proboscis or something like that, and you were going along so well. I would have never done it. And I know you're a wordsmith. By the way, I know you are a wordsmith. You're a well-spoken person, but I was like, wow, that was a whole lot of syllables in a big old hurry.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of vowels. And W's. A lot of W's. I don't understand. But anyway, well, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. By the way, Brian, I will remember this.
Yes, thank you. How are you? Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you, too. You all rested? Well, I know you are because
Mary.
You and I will be on the Wendy Bell show this weekend, and I know from that that you are in rare form, ready to go.
Last night I was on Fuego, even though I had a red face. You said my face looked red.
You did. You look like you were sunburned.
I went to King Street yesterday, and so I would assume maybe that was it. I don't know, or maybe I was just glad to see you.
That's what it was. Honestly, when you go off, like people don't understand, when you go off, you get very animated, right?
Yes.
You looked a little like Tim Walsh, I gotta say.
Oh, dear God in heaven. Really?
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. Is this phone number? I can't hear you anymore. Brian, is she cut off? What happened to her? I can't hear her anymore.
I'm telling you now, when people watch, they will not be able to unsee it now.
All right, whatever. It is funny, though, and I really enjoy her work. I think she does a terrific job. Wendy is, I think she's like the Megyn Kelly of Pittsburgh. I mean, she's phenomenal.
Wendy's fantastic.
You guys I just really enjoyed being on the panel last night. It was really a lot of fun. So, listen, I know you're going to echo some of the same sentiments I have about the big news of the day. So let's just say it real quick. The shooting of that loon, crazy cat lady in Minneapolis. I mean, the poor woman who, tried to run over the ICE agent. Your thoughts real quick.
Well, we really need to teach people how to make better choices.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of our problems come down to is bad choice making. She made a lot of bad choices that put her in the position she's in. However, we also need to bring back consequences because we have decided that consequences are no longer a thing anymore. And when people don't feel that they're going to be held accountable for their choices, they feel they can just drive off and nothing's going to happen.
Well, Mary, as a woman, there are guys who are crazy. There are guys who are out there. They go off and live in cabins and write notes to the New York Times and send bombs. But then there are liberal women, and liberal women are about 60% of them have some sort of mental disorder, and they're very subject to social contagion. And this is clearly the case. This is why they fall in love with death row inmates. So, I mean, as a woman, I mean, when you look at this, you go, "What the hell?" I mean, honestly, what do you please?
Well, I think there's something in the purple hair. I'm not 100% sure, but there may be some kind of chemical issue in the pink, blue, green, purple hair dye. But no, you're right. And see, this is the way men and women are different. It's like when men commit suicide, they make a big grand gesture, they blow their brains out, that kind of thing. Like you think. When women do it, they always think about the mess that's going to have to be cleaned up, so it's really not as big of a thing.
They're like cats. They go off to die, alone.
Well, so do elephants, So, but I don't know what that matters, but whatever. So, but you're right. Women, for whatever reason, these women have to let their freak flag fly. I don't understand what it is.
I don't know either. But
and I had a discussion about this on the air. Like, what is happening? Are more people mentally ill, or since COVID, do more people just feel a need to not leave it at home?
No, they are being they're being brainwashed. There is a complex of individuals who are Marxists, Neville Singham, George Soros, and others, and it has actually been promoted with American taxpayer dollars to do these narratives and to repeat and to repeat and to repeat, and then eventually it becomes the truth. This is what Hitler's chief of propaganda, Goebbels said that, and guess what? Those who believe in absurdities will commit atrocities. Let's talk real quick about Venezuela and the Democrats' reaction to one of the worst dictators ever freeing millions of people. What are your thoughts?
It is amazing. The beauty of Donald Trump is he has shown how easily manipulated the left is. They're defending Tren de Aragua, right, since the shooting yesterday in Portland. They're defending a murderous dictator, right, who ran over his own people with tanks because they were protesting, but Trump's the fascist, Trump's the authoritarian, and this is the thing is that they're just easily manipulated. We've lost. You can't even have a serious conversation about this. I'm sorry, but you can't just because there's nothing serious about them anymore. It's like trying to argue with a 4-year-old playing shoots and ladders. You're just going to lose because there's no logic. You can't.
There are people in my life very close to me who immediately took the side of the woman in the SUV running over the officer, and no matter what I say, I'm wrong. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Honestly, I don't have time for this folly. I don't have time for this nonsense. I really don't. And then you know what they do online? You know what they do? I get these idiots, these trolls, and they immediately comment on my age. They immediately say, "You're old, man." And I always say to them, I can't do anything about my chronology, and you can't do anything about your IQ. So we are at an impasse.
Just look at no, you tell them this. Looks fade, stupid's forever.
Thank you very much. Kaboom. A couple of other things I want to get to that I think are kind of interesting. And this is kind of, it happened to me. It happened to me. Walkaway wives leading the charge in midlife divorce. A new report shows the more women than ever are walking away from their marriages because they've just had enough. But their husbands are left in the shock after an out-of-the-blue divorce. Now, listen, 4 years ago, if my wife walked, I would not have blamed her one little bit, but I got sober, devoted my life to her, got her through her mother's funeral, delivered her mother's eulogy, even catered her mother's wake, for God's sake, bought her a convertible, and then election year, ta-da! But I don't blame women. And unfortunately, like on Match.com, I have never met anybody on Match.com. But you've got women who are just sick and tired of men wanting to get back into a relationship, and then the rejects out there, the guys out there who are still broken, looking for somebody else. It's just bizarre.
Okay, wow, there's lots to unpack here, and I don't have my psychologist hat on right now, but hang on. So would you like to lay down, Mr. Carson, and tell me all about it? But here's the thing. I see it, though. Look at the difference. When after a divorce or after the death of a spouse, women never get remarried. Men are remarried or dating someone within a year.
And men tend to die earlier when they get divorced. They do. They curl up. I'm not doing that. I'm having a ball. I'm having a dinner party tomorrow night, for God's sake.
Oh, I was not invited. Someone's going to put you out of their misery for you. But here's so it goes to show you societally, sociologically, women don't need men in that way. Okay. People always say, "Well, if you guys ever got divorced, would you get married again?" And I'm like, "Oh, hell no!
Yeah.
Why would I do this again?"
Yeah,
no,
my wife says, my ex, she said the same thing. If I ever get divorced, I will never get remarried. I'm not interested in marriage at all. I have no problem. I have no problem with a lifelong commitment. Find somebody maybe, but I ain't doing the marriage thing. We'll figure some sort of other whatever. But I ain't doing this again.
I wouldn't live with anybody. I don't need the lifelong commitment. Women are much more comfortable and capable on their own than men are. Women are like cats. Men are like dogs. Men need someone to hit them over the nose with the newspaper when they're peeing on the couch. Take them out.
Do occasionally hump your leg too. There, they do that too.
Yeah, but men are very needy in that way.
All right, now listen. We got to hold on it. Hold on that, because I've got a lot more on this, including a shocking first date gift, and then also thieves have snatched a beloved, I won't say it, from a restaurant in New Jersey. And they,
yes, I know.
We're going to talk about that next. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. Carson Show. More with Mary Walter in 1 moment. Gold yesterday, $44.60.90. Today at $4,506. It went up $50. Silver is up $5 now. Knocking on $80 door. $80. It went over $80 while I was on vacation. Who would have ever said this about silver? I got some coins my Uncle Virgil left me when he passed away, silver dollars, and now they're really worth something. Used to be worth, $20, whatever. Nope. They're worth a lot more. Right now, if you're a first-time a gold buyer, I should say, Birch Gold is offering a rebate up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases to claim eligibility. Start the process. Text my name, Rob, to 989898. Yes, my name is worth something, Mary Walter. Can you believe it? Text Rob to 989898. And if you're a first-time God, I keep saying home buyer, gold buyer, up to $10,000 in rebates for qualifying purchases by January the 30th, by the way, by January the 30th. Be careful, Mary. If you are, if you don't Google the word walrus penis stolen, because you're not going to get what you think you're going to get. I just saw it online, and it was bizarre. But a thief snatched a beloved walrus penis from a New Jersey restaurant. You apparently know something about this because you live up there.
Oh, yeah, I saw the story. I've never been to this restaurant because, listen, in New Jersey, if you can't get what you want within a 15-minute drive, you ain't getting it.
Yeah. Even a walrus penis?
Well, I don't know how many people are in the market for one, but, they might have to make a longer trip. But it was in a restaurant, and apparently these three drunk guys, or a bar, and they asked to see it, and so they took it down and handed it to her. You could see it, and the guy walked off with it.
I wanted to see what it looked like. I mean, you can't blame a guy for wanting to, just kind of see how you compare.
It looks like only a man would do that, and you should have known better. You should have known sweetie, disappointment is often the word when it comes to things like this, okay?
Yeah, well, they're still looking for the walrus penis, I guess. I look on eBay, I guess, right? I mean, who doesn't want a walrus penis in their house?
Well, you know where that is? That's in the home of a divorced or single man.
Oh, totally. You know what? That would look so good next to the spiral staircase with LED lights in my apartment. Yeah,
you don't want to raise expectations, though. You always want to under-promise and over-deliver. You don't want to over-promise and under-deliver, Rob. I'm just saying.
Gotcha. So a woman was shocked by an Aussie influencer, shocked by an odd gift given to her on a first date that many women are saying kind of cool. They met at a bar, and he brought her a lasagna. He made a lasagna for her, and it's kind of.
Wait, but why? Why? Just out of the blue, here's a lasagna? Or did they have a conversation and he says, I make a really great lasagna, or she said, you should make that for me one day. I want to know what the lead-up is other than here's a lasagna. That's kind of weird.
This is lasagna. He had brought lasagna, his homemade lasagna recipe for me to try at the bar. The gift, as bizarre it may seem, was calling back to one of Joan Hinge's prompts, which says, my love language is Nana's lasagna. I can't make this up. The smell's incredible. Joan even pointed out that the lasagna was made in the correct way with the sauce made 2 days prior. So he made the gravy, baby. Oh my goodness. You know what? My son yelled at me a couple years ago and he says, you think food is love? And I said, well, no kidding, you idiot.
Well, you wouldn't call him. I'm sure you didn't call your son an idiot.
No, I called him a moron.
All right, there's that. No, I know. But my parents used to call us idiots all the time when we were kids, but we were raised in a different generation, and we fully expected it.
Yeah, pretty much. Mine much worse.
Honestly, if they had some kind of conversation about it, I get it. Yeah. And it all depends on how cute he was. If he's hot and he's bringing lasagna, she don't care. If he's seriously, that guy, and he brings her a lasagna, she's like, oh my God, what a dork, and she crawls out the bathroom window.
And he said something weird about his mom, and her lasagna.
Yeah, my mom helped me.
And it got creepy. Yeah, I slept in my mom's bed till I was 45, and she made the best lasagna. Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
Exactly. Well, it's not even that. If he's hot, it works. If it's not, it ain't working.
That's true. If Tim Waltz gave you a lasagna, not so much. If Antonio Banderas made a lasagna, you'd eat the hell out of that lasagna.
Antonio Banderas, 20 years ago, yes.
Yeah, he's still a pretty good-looking guy. He can't do anything about his chronology, you see. Now, if a man showed up with a walrus penis to the first date, that would be bizarre.
That would be really, yeah. That entire story was just very.
I know,
odd and
I know.
very
But it is something that drunk guys would do. Hey, let's steal the walrus penis, and then they'll give it to each other as a Christmas gift for like 30 years.
Well, exactly. But see, here's the thing. There's another difference between men and women.
Yes.
When you put more men in a group and their IQ gets lower, not higher.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
The stupidity doubles.
Yeah, and then women get crazier.
And women
get crazier
louder,
when they're
It
together.
depends on if there's alcohol involved.
Yes.
And if the guys have just one woman in the group, she's going to go, let's pump the brakes. I don't think this is such a good idea. But if there's no woman in the group, something dumb's happening.
We got to do a podcast. We should just do a podcast on.
The end of the night.
We should just do a podcast on this stuff. I'm not kidding. We should. It'd be really fun.
Every time I'm on the air with you, I have this kind of time, and you'd have to let me talk. And I just don't think.
Oh,
that's
dear God in heaven! I can never get a word in edgewise when you talk. Typical woman.
I only have so much time. You got 3 hours.
Where can people find all of your glorious work, Mary Walter?
Okay, well, Rob and I will be on the Wendy Bell Show tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Time and Sunday at 3:30. And you can watch it because I'm telling you, he looks like an enraged Tim Wall.
Yeah, but I'm really funny.
Tim
But I'm really funny. I am very funny.
True.
All right.
And then, of course, just look for me on X at Mary Walter Radio, and my live cast is on Tuesdays at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Rumble, YouTube, and Getter. Look for Mary Walter Radio. Boom.
All right. God bless you, girl. Happy New Year. Let's talk. Take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. I Googled walrus penis, and I thought I would actually see a walrus penis. It's not what I saw. Don't. My mother years ago, she was such a sweet person. This is in like 20 years ago, so kind of the beginning of the internet. She was just starting to use the internet. She was very savvy about these things. She was also a dog breeder. Now listen to this. Are you ready for this, guy? This is very good. Mother's a dog breeder. She has a male dog. She's looking for dogs, female dogs, to breed her dog. So she Googled bitches in heat. And she said, you wouldn't believe what showed up on my computer. And I said, yes, I probably would. And I said, I assume no information about female dogs that needed to be bred. And she goes, no. I said, okay. It was brilliant. I was watching Blockbuster 2K. What's up, Dave? Dave Riato. Good to see you. You need meatballs too, man. Not with the lasagna. But I tell you, I make a sick lasagna. Look up World's Best Lasagna. It's been downloaded like 20 million times. It's a brilliant lasagna. Brilliant lasagna. America Marcy brought homemade cheesecake to work. Yes, I did today, and it was really good. Ben Nguyen, right? Nguyen is pronounced Win. I believe it's Vietnamese. Am I right? Good to have you on there. Thanks for watching over on the X. Got a lot of people watching on the X. Welcome. Epiphany is trending. Why is that? I have no idea. Man, of course, all you guys, Richard Davis, Pranay, Uprachat, Robin Olszewski, all of you guys, thanks for watching today. I appreciate you so much. Time to talk.
2:45 here.
Foo Fighters. Times like these. Great song. This is the sound of Venezuelan political prisoners being released. Joy. Just joy. Beautiful. And the Democrats are such wretched, putrid people, they can't even celebrate that. You pathetic, awful people. Donald Trump says Mexico is next. He does.
We've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by water, and we are going to start now hitting land.
Remember what I said? I wanted Huey helicopters with CCR playing over the speakers, and Jesse Ventura, and, Carl Weathers is passed, and Arnold Schwarzenegger going in, painting targets and blowing them up, some drug lords.
In regard to the cartels, The cartels are running Mexico. It's very, very sad to watch and see what's happened to that country. But the cartels are running, and they're killing 250, 300,000 people in our country every single year. The drugs, it's horrible. It's devastated families. You know, you lose a child or a parent. I mean,
yeah, it's time. It's time to kick the sucker fish that is Mexico in the arse. Here is Donald Trump talking about the future of Venezuela.
What is your ultimate goal for the governance of Venezuela?
Prisoners that nobody thought they would ever see again.
I love it.
Are being released.
God bless America.
And in many cases, good people is what I understand.
Superman is back.
But prisoners, nobody ever thought they'd be released. So we're going to be working with them and leadership of the country. And so far, we've been working very well. You know, we picked up the Russian freighter that trudged out there.
Well, I want to ask you about that.
Well, they had some Russian ships guarding it. And
yeah, there you go. You know as well as I do that I've been saying this for a couple of years. I said that when Donald Trump is elected, a wave of freedom and patriotism and faith was going to sweep the world. The yin and the yang, the opposite reaction to the reaction of evil. It's happening. The good news is going to be so big, it will overwhelm the cries of the left. This woman being shot in Minneapolis by a police officer trying to save his own life, this will fade very quickly. It will not catch fire because the left is doing a death spiral into hell. Last hour of the show comes up next. Do not miss it.
Hold it now.
You are about to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
And by the grace of God, it is finally Friday, last hour of the show today. Christian Toto is going to be joining us at the bottom of the hour. I got a bunch of stories to share with him, and I'm sure he has much to share with me. I saw the amazing, what the hell, now I'm drawing a blank on the name. The Timothy Chalamet movie where he plays the ping pong player. The amazing, hold on, I'm going to look it up here. Movie, he did come a complete unknown. I liked it. I'm just not a big fan of Bob Dylan. He's a little bit before me. And the Amazing Marty is Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme is the name of the movie with Timothy Chalamet. Wow. I'm thinking, okay, ping pong player becomes a world champion. Suffers all sorts of. People telling him he couldn't win, and then he wins the championship. Oh, no. Oh, my God. It is, he's the hero of the movie, but he's also a complete a-hole. It is. It's a hell of a movie. And, I got Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. He has a supporting role, and he should be up for best supporting. Honestly, he should be in the running. He was that good. And then the guy who owns WABC Radio, Casamides, he was in the movie. He had a bit part in it. He was great. He was great. It was phenomenal. It was a wild movie. And I'm going to tell you, I just enjoyed seeing a movie with my son. When we went to see the Chiefs game, and it was 67 degrees when we left the game. It was 59 when we got there. I was wearing a T-shirt. It was something else. And my son, I used to take him to movie premieres because I was a radio host in Washington, D.C., and we do these movie premieres, and I'd introduce the movies, and I'd give out T-shirts. And thousands of people saw me over the years introducing every movie in Washington, D.C. And my son fell in love with movies. And I still love to see a movie in the theater. I do. And I'm going to get the monthly pass. I guess AMC does a monthly pass. And I'm within walking distance of an AMC theater. And I really enjoy seeing movies in the theater. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no experience like it. It does not become obsolete. The experience is still there. It's whether you choose to love it or not. And as much as sitting in front of a big screen television at home is nice, it's not the same. I enjoyed seeing the Chiefs live. I normally watch football on television. I say your best seat in the house is watching it on television. But I enjoyed seeing that game too. It was just wonderful. And that movie is something else, man. I'm going to tell you something. It is something else. By the way, I'm having a dinner party. Yeah, for the first time. I moved to Washington D.C. 6 months ago, and it's interesting because I live by myself, and every night I go home by myself, and I enjoy the time at home. It's weird. It's strange. I didn't think I would. I thought I'd be lonely. I would like to have a dog, and I do miss my kids and my dogs. But I am enjoying the solace, and I enjoy having my home. And this morning I did, I'll just be honest. I Swiffer wet jetted the kitchen in my underwear. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? There's nobody in here. I can do whatever. I can walk out with nothing on into the living room. I don't enjoy being naked just walking around. But there you go. It's one of the things. It's kind of cool. And listen, a lot of times guys are miserable when they get divorced. I let go of the anger and the resentment. There's still little twinges of it. But I have, and it was interesting because this weekend, I decided I was going to have friends over to my apartment on Saturday, and I was talking to Mike Carter. He's a guy on Newsmax, and he's a hell of a reporter. And I've been, commenting Mike and corresponding with Mike for a couple of years, and I've been seeing a couple football games with him at this little sports bar, and I have a Diet Coke and whatever. And I got to know him, and Logan Raddick. He's another correspondent for Newsmax, and a couple of other people that I met, and all of a sudden I realized I have a bunch of friends here. I have a bunch of friends here. And tomorrow I'm going to have them over to my home, and I'm going to share the bounty of what I know about cooking, and I'm going to enjoy their fellowship, and we're going to have a hell of a time, and we're going to watch playoff football tomorrow night. It really is something else. I put a message up on social media. You might check it, Rob Carson Show, today, because I've been sober for about 5 years now, and you know, when I look at, like, Scott Adams is breathing his last breaths. He's living his last moments on earth. And he yesterday said that his webcast was probably going to be his last yesterday. He's failing. His health is failing. And I think you've got to realize, imagine what Scott Adams would give to be healthy and have friends over for dinner tomorrow night. You have three pillars in your life, the mental, physical, and spiritual. If one of them begins to crumble, it's bad. If all three tumble, you're done. Mine had tumbled, all of them. And I didn't die. So I'm very blessed. And, I want to do whatever. I mean, whatever you want to take from that, it's kind of, anyway. Kind of a big deal. Sean in Live Oak wants to talk about news and stuff. As I was waxing philosophical, Sean, welcome, brother. What's up?
Yeah, greetings from West Libertaria.
Yes. What's up?
What's up? The other thing about this incident in Minneapolis, is I was looking at several comments that the wife of this individual that decided to try to run over a ICE officer and got shot for her troubles.
Yes.
Is that her wife said, "This is my fault. I put her up to her." Yeah. And I'm just wondering, where are her manslaughter charges?
I'm not sure that's possible, but I will tell you, Carl Higbee just posted a video by one of the officers on the scene that definitively shows she pointed the car at the officer and tried to run him over. It's over. The debate is over. Check out. Have you seen it yet, Sean? Have you seen the latest video?
Yeah, I've seen several.
No. You haven't seen the hand held by the police officer in front of the car.
No, I haven't seen that.
You look at my social media, Rob Carson Show. Every one of them, Facebook, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, all of them. I put it up, and it's over. Yeah. Carl Higbee announced it's over. There's no debate. Her wife was harassing the officer and being a complete, whatever, and then she was being a complete whatever behind the wheel. He walked around the car, came around the front, and boom. Watch the video on my social media at Rob Carson Show. Sean, this is going to disappear. It is another fart in a Cat 5 hurricane, and guess what? The hurricane is going to blow again, and it's going to go right into corruption charges against Tim Waltz and a collapse of the fraud industrial complex in America. Sean, I got to run, bro. Thanks for the call, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, check it out. You are going to go, wow, okay. You are going to go, okay, I get it. There's got to be help to pay about what happened. Here's Tim Waltz yesterday trying to, I don't know what the hell he's trying to, and I want to tell you, no, this is the dumbest thing he did earlier. He talked about inflammatory speech, and then he said that Kristi Noem was an executioner. Listen to this.
They have determined the character of a 37-year-old mom that they didn't even don't know. They've determined that the actions are done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not used inflammatory terms of what happened. I've asked us to find the answers.
Really? You have not used inflammatory terms?
To think in any way this is going to be fair when Kristi Noem was judge, jury, and basically executioner.
Yeah, there you go. That's Tim Waltz. He's so stupid. I mean, honestly, he is. He's just so stupid. He barely has enough. Barely has enough intelligence to keep his autonomic breathing system going. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I think we need a comedic palate cleanser, sorbet for the brain, with Jim Gossett, Rob Carson Show.
Tim Waltz will not run. Latest scandal means Tim Walz is done.
Bye-bye.
'Cause he only has lies for you.
I want to see a perp walk out of the governor's mansion. Come on.
All the fraud Tim ignored. Now his ox has been gored. 'Cause he only has lies for you.
I'd get the top bunk, not the bottom bunk in prison there, Timmy.
We know that Tim belongs in prison.
I think he probably likes the bottom bunk. I'm not sure. It kind of actually is.
He needs to get what he is due.
Him and Keith Ellison and Ilhan Omar. Oh, yeah,
know
baby.
That Tim won't run again.
Doo-be-doo.
He needs to go to the pen. That isn't just my view.
Oh, my God, he's so good.
'Cause he only has lies.
Come on.
For you.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, my God. I'm going to tell you. The more people find out about this show, the show is growing and growing and growing. It's because of this. We are the only show that does it. Everybody's got opinions. Opinions you don't like. Opinions are like. Everybody's got one. The last thing talk radio needs is another one. And I'll tell you what, Jim is such an important part of this. I worked with Shanklin for years at Rush Limbaugh. Jim Gossett is a freaking genius. Just a genius. If you can help him out, go to patreon.com. Jim Gossett Comedy. Patreon.com. Jim Gossett Comedy. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show.
Rent-free in libs' heads I'm living. The fits I am giving to Whoopi, Sonny, and Joy. Rent-free I'm occupying. Rosie is lying if she says I'm not in her head. Break free, they simply can't do it. When you get down to it, they have TDS real bad. Hatred, just watch it as it spreads, because inside their heads I live. To the town of Portland I said in the guard, Antifa, they are gonna hit you hard. To Democrat mayors getting in my way, go ahead punks and make my day. F around and find out, F around and find out. Schumer's gonna find out I mean business and I'll get my way. Pencil neck and Chris Ray, for your crimes you will pay. You have both been found out. Hope you get a lengthy prison stay. Listen up, Hamas, I am warning you. Break the ceasefire and you'll be through. Democrats, hang your head in shame. For the shutdown, you're gonna get the blame. F around and find out. Mess around and find out. F around and find out. In the end, I'm gonna win the day. Find out.
Diggy.
Fasten your seatbelt, Deep State. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. It's the Rob Carson Show.
Yes, it is. The Minneapolis protests are going to fizzle because they're based on a lie. I just posted a new video that Carl Higbie had posted on Twitter, and it shows the police officer, one of the police officers, standing in front of the vehicle that the woman in Minneapolis, I'm missing her name already. It's so forgettable. Anyway, she did turn the car in the direction of the officer and did attempt to run over the officer. And by the way, also her partner was there who got her killed, Renee Nicole Good. And this is going to fizzle. They were looking for another George Floyd moment, another trigger for violence and mayhem. It's not going to work. And Americans have a belly full of it. They're just tired of it. Newsmax, if you watch Newsmax lately, I got to tell you, I watch Carl Higbie and Rob Finnerty, Rob Schmidt, Greg Kelly, and I think that their commentaries are unmatched. Carl Higbie has a kind of an earthy, kind of a every man kind of brilliant analysis of things. Rob Finnerty is just smart and sharp and concise, and Rob Schmidt is he's got a bedside manner that's just remarkable to watch. Greg Kelly there's nobody on television like Greg Kelly. There's nobody on television like Greg Kelly. And all of them are on Newsmax. And they're also the streaming channel Newsmax 2. People are downloading the Newsmax app on their smartphones and televisions. Reuters Institute says we're one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and whatnot. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest growing news channel in America. Make the switch today to join our revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming. Download the free app. I listen to Newsmax in my Bronco Buck. Thank you very much. And I'm so proud to be a part of this company. Chris Ruddy is a brilliant man. He finds talent and he gives them a shot. And he gave me this shot, and I owe everything to Chris Ruddy. Thank you, Mr. Ruddy. You're an amazing man. I went from selling cars to dining at Mar-a-Lago in a year. Thank you very much. Hey, should we do some good news? I think we should do some good news, because there's a lot of good news out there.
We love to win. Winning, so much winning. It's lots of winning. Lots of winning. It's oh so good.
Hakeem Jeffries, who is he has Mr. Deadeyes is what I call him. This is Mr. Deadeyes last year, I think about in February, talking about how Donald Trump's tariffs were going to destroy the economy.
Leader Jeffries, while we were on air, you had the president saying this on Truth Social. This is an economic revolution, and we will win. Hang tough. It won't be easy, but the end result will be historic. Do you think he means historic good or historic bad?
Well, the end results will definitively be historically bad. These Trump tariffs represent the largest tax increase on the American people since at least 1968.
Yeah, and what happened this week with regard to tariffs?
This is unreal, the movement in this number. Minus $29.4 billion. We cut it basically in half. We cut it in half.
The U.S. trade deficit.
Just consider this. In March, it was $136 billion. Right now, it's a whisker under $30 billion.
Wow.
We haven't been that small in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't have enough records here to go back that far.
I know.
But you're going back a ways.
You are going to witness the greatest economy you've ever seen. Rob, you're not an economist. How do you know? Well, I don't know. You guys, I'll be nice to the naysayers, because he's doing everything that business needs to do to thrive and succeed and return manufacturing to America. Duh! Leveling the playing field, not letting us get screwed by the other countries in the world, allowing our farmers. Our farmers are going to finally be. Our farmers have been suffering so damn long. And amazing things are going to happen for family farms. Amazing things are going to happen for manufacturing. He's already about $20 trillion of investment in America. They're going to start building V8s again, big old Hemis in the United States of America. The price of gas, I filled up for $2.12 in Kansas City this morning, $1.91, and it's lower in other parts of the country. It's in the $1.60s and $1.50s in some part of the country. What does that mean? Everything gets cheaper. Everything gets cheaper. Drill, baby, drill. Cutting taxes, cutting regulation, inviting in investment, leveling the playing field for tariffs around the world. He's doing everything that has to happen that has never happened before, even during Reagan. They're predicting for December a 5.4% GDP. It's going to dwarf that. I'm promising you this because I'm always right on this, and they're always wrong on it. I'm not even an economist. It's going to be such a glorious year for the world, and the Democrat Party and Rhino Republicans can suck it when they say that he can't do anything else in Venezuela. When they say, they approve of Obamacare, large yes, for another 3 friggin' years. Honestly, you are going to fade into the dustbin of history. You rhinos from hell, Rand Paul, all of you nutbags, you're done. The good news is going to become so overwhelming that it cannot be covered up. It's going to happen. And you know why I know this? Because I've been right for about 5 years on this show about everything. And you know why? Because I have common sense, life experience, and I do a hell of a lot of research. And honestly, it doesn't take a genius in economics to recognize what it takes to make manufacturing come back and make the economy better. Duh. Duh, 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 duh. My God. And the left is just, again, they're doing a death spiral into hell. Death spiral into hell. On Monday, they had signs printed up. Bring back Maduro. Donald Trump is a war criminal. Last week, it was Pete Hegseth is a war criminal. Before that, it was Donald Trump, no kings. And then on this day today, there are, ICE is murder. ICE are murderers. You guys are done, cooked, dying like movie vampires, trying to drag us, kicking and screaming into hell. It's not going to happen. You go to hell. How about that? You go to hell. That's what's going to happen. And if the Democrat Party thinks they're going to win the midterms, they're high. And I'm going to tell you now, do not take it for granted. Get your butt registered to vote. Do whatever you can every day. Spread joy and patriotism on social media every day. Motivate people to vote, because we can put a nail in the coffin of the left and these Marxists for good. We can do it this year. Let's take a break and come back. We've got Christian Toto on deck. Don't go anywhere. My nightly ritual. Hey guys, it's Carson for Relief Factor. I saw an ad for Relief Factor a while back, and I saw a guy literally in tears with how he talked about the pain that he was experiencing was gone. It happened to me too. I started it taking a few months ago. My hip was really bothering me, and I wondered, because I'm the age of, replacement of joints and whatnot, if it could be better. And I started taking Relief Factor, and it healed. It's a 100% drug-free, research-based formula created to help your body's natural inflammatory response, the same one that cause everyday aches and pains from aging, exercise, overexertion, and just normal living. It helped me with my hip, my neck, my shoulders, all the places that remind you you're not 25 anymore. Relief Factor supports a healthy response to inflammation, helping you stay active and keep those joints and muscles feeling good. It's made with 4 key ingredients: omega-3 fatty acids, resveratrol, curcumin, and icariin, each one helping from a different angle. You can start with the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. That's less than a cup of coffee a day. So if you're tired of creaking like an old floorboard every time you move, give Relief Factor a try. Go to ReliefFactor.com. That's ReliefFactor.com and feel the difference. Relief Factor, because getting out of bed shouldn't count as a workout. My nightly ritual now is a little ice, a little vanilla yogurt, banana, a little milk, and a scoop of chocolate brownie Beams Dream Powder in the blender. A little while later, I hit the sack and I sleep until sunrise. It's amazing. These days, everything moves so fast, and it certainly can mess with your sleep schedule. That's why I'm here to tell you about Beams Dream Powder. It's a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients, including reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. I've been using Beams Dream Powder for a year now, and I can honestly say I feel sharper, calmer, and more focused, and I'm not alone. Beam has improved over 28 million nights of sleep for people across the country. So if you've been waiting for the right time to try Dream, this is it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax. Use code Newsmax and take advantage of my exclusive offer for 40% off. You can get their best-selling Dream Powder for just $39. So seriously, think about it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax today.
I know what they're doing. They're trying out a new slogan. Donald J. Trump is going to kill you. Pretty good, right?
Jimmy Kimmel, honestly, bleep you, buddy. Bleep you. Jimmy Kimmel just crossed a big red line. He's not funny. Christian Toto from Hollywood in Toto joins us on the Newsmax hotline. That's one of your headlines on Hollywood in Toto. Honestly, just not even funny.
I mean, that's one thing, and he hasn't been funny for a while, so I'm not too outraged by that, or nothing about that comes by surprise. But what he's doing now, I put this in the story. Listen, what he said about Charlie Kirk's killer, the alleged killer, suggesting that it was a MAGA person and not the person we think it is, that was really cruel, and that was vicious, and it was misinformation on steroids. And it came at a time when we were still in shock at the assassination. Now, when the entire country is enveloped in this ICE agent shooting and trying to separate fact or fiction, what he's pushing, what he's promoting, and that whole T-shirt saying Donald Trump is going to kill you, he's inciting violence. And I hate saying that.
No, it's
I hate
true.
going in that direction, and I don't do it lightly. But at this point, what else can you say? What else can you? How else can you describe what he's doing?
What's really remarkable is that he does it in a vacuum. He does it in front of a fluffed audience of sycophants. And that is very, very dangerous. And it allows him to be fed by this audience, and his comments are fueled by this audience, and it is really a he has forsaken the guise of being an entertainer at all. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sickening.
If we had a decent media landscape, you would have almost every institution basically saying, you're lying, Jimmy Kimmel spread misinformation last night, checking in with his representative to say, hey, do you have any comment about our fact check and what you're doing? Listen, you don't normally fact check a comedian because they're a comedian, but he's barely a comedian. He's not even trying to be funny, and he's pushing himself as a pundit these days.
He's not even that. He's not even that. He's not intelligent enough to be.
Yeah, no, he's ill-informed. Listen, if he had one person, one guest on the show who was smart and wise and thoughtful on the right, they would eviscerate him and challenge his ideas and deconstruct them in real time. But
I want you to
have that.
I want you to listen to this. This is Conan O'Brien. Now Conan is a lefty, but I always thought he was the funniest guy on television. Oh, I still do. He's the funniest guy on television. He's got a program where he goes around the world and he travels, and it gets a little kind of repetitive. It's damn funny. Here he is.
I think some comics go the route of, I'm going to just say F Trump all the time, or that's their comedy. And I think, well, now a little bit you're being co-opted because you're so angry. You've been lulled. It's like a siren leading you into the rocks. You've been lulled into just saying F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, screw this guy, and I think you've now put down your best weapon, which is being funny.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a political satirist. I'm a comedian, but I cut my teeth writing for Rush Limbaugh starting in 1989 as a kid. And one thing that I realize is if you're going to do political comedy, you have to include the truth. That's without a doubt. And you can't just target someone to target somebody. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, the reason why satire leaves a mark, the reason why it's funny, the reason why we laugh is because we recognize that kernel of truth within it. Yeah. If that's missing, then what's the point? It's just propaganda. These are propaganda people right now. They're not comedians, not entertainers, and it's hurting the country. I mean, I think things will calm down. I hope they'll calm down after the incident in Minneapolis. But you never know. Yeah. And maybe it takes one person watching him twisting the truth like a pretzel to do something really heinous.
This is what they want. This is why Marxist, fascist shows up on bullet shell casings that kill Charlie Kirk. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know, man.
Draw a direct line.
That's all you need to know, brother. Hey, let's move on to lighter things. I saw Marty Supreme. I'm thinking, okay, story about a guy who's, gets in the ping pong circuit, trains really hard, ends up winning the championship. Everybody's going to dance around like, gonna fly now. Not even close.
All right, you're teasing me here. Do you like it or do you hate it?
It's fantastic.
Oh, good. I liked it too.
It's fantastic. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet, Kevin O'Leary. Wow.
Really good, both of them.
Oh my God.
I think Chalamet is going to win Best Actor this year.
Yes.
I think he's been great for a while. He was terrific as Bob Dylan a year or two ago, and he's just mesmerizing here. It's incredible.
And you know, the great thing about it, he's the hero of the movie, even though he's a complete scumbag, a-hole, uses people, has sex with women, gets them pregnant. I mean, I'm not going to get it. He's a scumbag, but you cheer for him.
And that's charisma, man, and that's great writing, and that's what we're looking at here. So it's amazing.
It really is. It really is something else. I got a bunch of stories I want to get to. I'm going to tell you that. Let's focus on a couple of stories on Hollywood in total. Then the other side of the break, I have some things. I always save stories for you, Christian. I do. It's kind of a big deal. Primate will drive horror movies bananas. What's this about?
Well, it's about a family that happens to have a chimpanzee as a pet.
Oh, dear
They're
Lord.
Training it. It's got some skills that, it's got sign language. It understands basic commands, and that's all impressive, and it's adorable. But sadly, one day, the chimp is bitten by an animal that has rabies, and, well, you can only imagine what goes on from there. But the bottom line is that this is a rock'em sock'em horror movie. It is not fine art. It is a B movie in the classic sense.
Yes.
It never slows down. It's gory at times. So
it's like a primate Old Yeller.
That's right. Old Yeller's
if Old Yeller was a murderous chimpanzee, we're going to have to put him down. All right. If you like those kind of movies, now you have one here. I've not talked to you in a while. Nuremberg should crush TDS once and for all. What's this all about?
Well, it's about the Nuremberg trials. It's about one of the key figures, with the Nazi regime who's captured, played by Russell Crowe. And it's like, what do we do with these villains? I mean, we want to do the worst of them because they've done the worst of so many people and they've slaughtered so many. But, we're a civilized society. So it's all about sort of the machinations behind the scenes and trying to get them to confess to what they've done. It's got a great cast, including Rami Malek. I mentioned Crowe, who's just sensational here as one of the villains. And, but when you watch the movie and you see everything that went down, listen, we all know what happened in the Nazi regime. But there's a sequence here that shows actual footage, from the Holocaust camps, and they're tough to watch, but they're necessary. Yeah. But also, when you watch this whole process, you think, wait a minute, is this what we're comparing to the current president? Is this what we're doing?
Wow.
It makes it just... Listen, I know that the argument is facile at its best.
Of course.
It really does put an exclamation point on it.
All right, very good. Let's take a break. I've got a series that I binge-watched over the holiday. Was friggin' spectacular. I'll share that and then some other stories with Christian Toto. Hollywood in Toto, by the way. HollywoodInToto.com. Let's take a break and come back. This is The Rob Carson Show.
I know he didn't get a bonus.
Here we go. I got some audio.
Good morning, Carol. Is there anything we could do to cheer you up?
When you are
now, you can't see the images on this, but there is a streaming series called Pluribus, and I binge-watched it with the kids, 10 episodes one day. Over Christmas, I could not stop watching this show. Christian Toto, have you seen it?
I'm the last person who hasn't seen it.
Brother.
And I've heard nothing but exactly what you're describing. So
it's part invasion of the body snatchers. Okay, so there's this virus that causes people to join this collective where everyone in the world. It's like everyone in the world is connected thought. Everybody knows everyone's thoughts. Everybody is involved in, and then you get sucked into it and you become part of that. And there are only like 5 people in the world who don't have it, including the main character. This is so superb. I got to tell you, it is so superb. It is a roller coaster ride. It is thought provoking. It says a lot about collectivism, the warmth of collectivism. It does. It does, Christian. It does, baby. There's a lot, and they even quote Marx in it, and it's anti-collective. It's anti-Marx, but it is subtly against leftism and collectivism. I got to tell you, we got to watch it. I tell you what, we'll watch episodes. We'll just chat like girls on the phone while we watch it.
That sounds good. By the way, this is from Vince Gilligan, who gave us Breaking Bad and also Better Call Saul. Talk about a three-peat, man. This guy just knows what he's doing. He's the best creator around right now.
I've tried to watch, I watched Severance. Severance is just, I don't know, after a while you're like, okay, it's a little dark. It's a little, it's a little too much like places I've worked before. But Pluribus is ridiculous, and the main character, she is so bloody good. Rhea Seehorn, I guess, is her name, I believe. God, she is perfect in this role. Okay, Pluribus, write it down. Pluribus. Do you have time this weekend?
I'm too busy watching Landman, by the way.
Landman. Tell me about Landman. What's that all? Oh yes. I drove past that last night. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's Billy Bob Thornton as someone who basically makes the oil and gas industry click. He does what is necessary, sealing deals, charming partners, working over issues. He's a fixer at times, and it's all about his colorful life. He's got an ex-wife who is now living with him, who is indescribable.
That poor man.
I know. Some people hate her character because she's over the top, but she's a lot of fun.
I've seen a lot of the clips. Like about petroleum when he goes off on how valuable petroleum is and how crappy windmills are. Those clips go viral.
Absolutely, and it's a show that shows another side of industry, why we need oil and gas, and all the. Listen, it's not a love letter. It's just like this is necessity, and this is what it takes to kind of keep these industries afloat. It's fascinating. It's so much fun.
Good. I'm going to watch Landman. I definitely do. 2025 bloodbath for film, streaming, television, new works in Hollywood as the media continued its downward spiral from once commanding position to leading American institution. This is about a glut, I believe, of content and betrayal by the networks and movies, I think, to some degree, of about half of the audience. But I'm excited about entertainment in general. But jobs across television, film, broadcast, news, streaming, 4,500 losses last year. And it's not going to get better with AI, is it?
No, there's going to be a lot of change the next 5 years, maybe the next 3 years, maybe the next 2 years. But part of it is that a lot of their online content creators are doing some really interesting, innovative stuff, too. It's people making comedy videos and things that are, filling the gap that isn't being supplied by the rest of Hollywood. When the Somali daycare crisis happened.
Oh, my God.
Well, late night's going to go near it. They're going to avoid it. So what about everyone else? Just go on Twitter. Go on Instagram. You'll see people making fun of it.
I just saw them. They made fun of AOC, had her as a guest on Price is Right, and the prize that she was bidding on was a printer for protest signs.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Now, we did have a loss this week. I don't know if you heard about this, Christian. And if I'm breaking it to you, please try not to lose composure. But Duffman of The Simpsons is being retired.
Oh, no. That's big news.
Duffman. 37 years. Could you believe Simpsons has been around 37 years?
It's indescribable. It ain't what it used to be. It still has some fun moments. But I go back to the early seasons, which were nothing less than magical.
I remember watching in syndication in the mid-'90s. It was in syndications, and it ran 3 times in a row, like on the Fox affiliate in Minneapolis. I was streaming The Simpsons in the 90s. and when I go through the seasons, you go in the stream and you go through I always go to Treehouse of Horror first. Of every season. Treehouse of Horror every year. But Duffman, he had his purpose. Remember Spuds McKenzie and all of that? That's where it came from. That's where it came from, Duffman. But Duffman is going away. This is kind of interesting. One more thing here. NFL streaming partners have become under significant, well-rounded criticism for their game day broadcast. However, one of the partners has decided to make fans. I don't think it's going to make people happy. And it looks like Peacock is going to allow you to be able to mute the announcers and hear the game without the announcers. I'm sorry. Sportscasters, live announcers, our storytellers are glorious, particularly in baseball. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, they're flawed. Sometimes they drive you a little crazy, but you need them. It's important, and they add quite a bit to the presentation. It seems weird to even think of them not being.
Why would you mute Mitch, I'm drawing a blank on his name, the voice of the Kansas City Chiefs? Why would you mute Kevin Harlan, for God's sake? Why would you mute the great voices? Because I love it. I love it. It'd be like muting, Jack Buck. What the hell are you thinking? What the hell are you thinking?
For every one that drives you crazy, there are dozens that do a great job.
I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same without the. I don't think it's the same without the announcer. I like to have the announcer. I like to have the analysis. I like to have the breaks. I like to have the. I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame, and it's a little bit ridiculous. But Christian Toto, I appreciate you being on the show, my friend. Where can people tell us about your podcast? Where you can find you on social media? Obviously, HollywoodandToto.com.
Yep, just go to YouTube. You can punch in Hollywood in Toto. You get my podcast. You get my short on Hollywood series. And then on X, you can follow me at Hollywood in Toto.
Promise me you'll watch at least 1 or 2 episodes of Pluribus this weekend, and I will watch 1 or 2 episodes of Landman, okay?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, take care. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. Hey guys, it's Carson from Birch Gold. A new year means new financial goals, like making sure your savings are secure and diversified. Will this be the year? I've got 3 episodes to go. You finally listen to me and talk to somebody from Birch Gold Group. Honestly, they're great people. I appreciate their educational approach, their understanding of macroeconomics. There are forces every day pushing the dollar lower and gold this body higher, cam of the officer. Why they believe every American should own physical gold. It's over. Until January the 30th. If you're a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate up to $10,000 on qualified purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, just text my name, Rob, to 989898. Birch Gold can still help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you're still eligible for a rebate up to $10,000. Text my name, Rob, to 989898. Claim your eligibility today. Again, text Rob to 989898.
Hi, Kim Klasick here. Get cosmetic.
It's streamer time.
For the Smile Design
What do you mean streamer time? Like watch shows?
No, talk to the streamers.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. 410.
Dear God, I apologize, Brian. Thank you. Ken, thank you, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I get a little distracted. Pluribus, you need to watch Pluribus. Pardon me. I apologize, guys. I just get very busy at times. Ben Nguyen, good to see you. Deplorable Dinosaur, thank you guys for being here. Let's make it bigger, okay? Share with others, Jamie Lewis, Valentina, Tom K, Grandma times 59, Dookie Bear, Rocky, Rocco 611. Thanks for watching. Make sure to share it with other people as we grow this audience. We should have millions of views every week. We already do, actually, but it's going to grow. Certainly hundreds of thousands watching every day, and I relentlessly prep for the show, and I've already begun show prep for Monday's show, so there you go. Watch my TV show this weekend if you would. Rob Carson's What in the World? I'd appreciate it. Here we go.
I'm at 2:45 here.
Here's a headline. ICE agent's footage proves poet tried to run him over. Footage taken by the ICE agent forced to shoot a Minneapolis left-wing activist in self-defense proves what we already knew, that Renee Good aimed her 2-ton SUV at the ICE agent and hit the gas. And she died a very vitriolic and awful person. What a horrible, horrible legacy for her children and her mental illness. ICE agent's footage proves this monster media scandal, Democrat narrative destroyed. And now it's time for arrests involving hundreds and maybe thousands of people involved in political bribery and kickbacks and theft around the country. Honestly, wow. This is gigantic. Yeah. The footage is everywhere. It's trending on Twitter. Body cam footage of the police officer, of the ICE agent, shows that the woman and her partner were being harassing. They were being psychotic, and she was being psychotic behind the wheel, and she went after the officer with her vehicle. So there you go. Look what you get. Look what you get when you play with the big boys. Look what you get. By the way, before the weekend is over, text my name, Rob, to 989898 for Birch Gold. Up to $10,000 in rebates with qualifying purchases when you buy gold. Yesterday, gold was about $44.60. Today, it's $4,500. Went up $50 in one day. Went up about $5. Silver went up $5 since yesterday. It's given you a pause, and now it's growing. I cannot tell you this. If your 401k or IRA are just laying there, and most of them are, did you have 40 to 60% increase in value of your IRA or 401k last year? No. They'll make it easy for you. Text my name, Rob, to 989898 if you would, and get the ball rolling on gold with Birch Gold. My TV show is Rob Carson's What in the World? It is on Sunday. It is back. It is really good. I'm on top of my game after a very restful vacation, and I think if you listen to the show this week, you would say the same thing. I consider every day a gift that I'm able to do this for you. Go to Newsmax.com or NewsmaxTV.com or download the Newsmax app for Rob Carson's What in the World. Donald Trump says it makes me the funniest guy on television. In the meantime, God bless you. God bless America's founded Donald Trump as he does what's right in what will be the most historic year in American history since the revolution. And until Monday, don't catch the stupid. I'll see you then. I love you guys. Thank you.
All right, Rob, you have a good week.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real.